top 10, but it's going to be awesome. And we are ready to go in match number 5 of the day. We've seen some crazy plays so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where that battle bus cuts through the map and see how the spread of all these players goes.
Yeah, it's going to be a west to east battle bus here. It's going straight down, north to south, west to east. This is a fair bus. You always want to see it kind of split it up evenly. A couple of the other games, you know, 1 or 2 of them were kind of lopsided, whether it be to the southern or northern zone. This one's pretty fair game to everyone hopping on out, and it's going to help shape out what's going to be game 5. There's a lot riding on this, being that the top 3 teams are all contesting each other with 10 points.
I know, it's insane. By the way, I just gotta say this, man. Shout out to the duo that's in Haunted Hills. Just throwing it out there.
The only duo in Haunted Hills.
The only duo in Haunted Hills. For those of you at home, Haunted Hills, kind of a good spot, okay? Don't sleep on it. Okay, anyway, we're going to be making our way over now. We got Linane and Ghoul, Vikaros, and Naga Ops. We could get a little bit of a skirmish here, a little secret skirmish, you like that?
A little secret skirmish.
But we could get a fight early on. It's just, it's rough when you get these like really close landing spots, and you don't want to take the fight early, but you also, well, winning it, I mean, means you can come out maybe with some shields if you come unscathed in the battle. Like, there's just a lot of opportunity there. What you've been in these competitive situations before, Monster. You've competed in the past. What, I guess, is that early game looking? Are you looking to take that fight early on?
Well, with 5 matches in, there's no question that these guys know what's going on by this point, right? Either they've been winning this early game or they haven't. You really have to shape your play style and understand your situation that you're in. Linane and Ghoul, we've seen them kind of make it to the end a little bit. Yeah, Vikaros is sneaking around.
Oh, sneaky.
This is going to really depend on how dude lands the first shot.
Already he's going to go.
Popping off here. He didn't miss, though.
Already going to go in this one now. The battle's about to begin. Now, remember, you're going to have that build count there on the side, and you got to be very mindful of that. But Vikaros is going to have the ultimate high ground. He's going to get tagged up. 4 HP in a dream. He's going to have to drop down, but he will be downed. And it's going to be up to his teammate Naga Ops, but he won't be able to pick that up in time. And that is going to be a cleanup there. And they take out both players. That is going to be beautiful for them out of the break, getting 1 elim apiece.
I want to talk about that engagement. Vikaros did some of the cleanest building I've seen, using those cones and just kind of turning them into ramps on the fly. That was butter smooth there. Hopping on over to what looks like lazy Lynx now. It's Povzy and Devious. These guys, we talk about early game engagements and knowing who to expect. These guys have been battling since the start, and you know, you don't want to give up your early game. You don't want to give up your spot, right, and change your game flow. These guys have been going toe to toe every single time and losing most of the time.
Bear in mind, you had Ziff took out Monster. Not the Monster sitting next to me. The Monster was paired up with Devious. So this is going to be a 1v2, and now Devious is waiting this one around. He knows that the pressure is going to come, and all he's got is the dualies. Now, while I may love the dualies, this is just not the situation that you're going to want this in, considering that he has 2 builds, and on top of that, he does not have a lot to work with. He has the dualies. He has that gray AR.
And to give you guys a little context, up until this 5th match here, they've lost this early game contestant 4 out of what will be probably the 5th time here, because it's a 2v1.
He's getting flanked there. Ziff is waiting for you. He's trying to line up the shot. Oh, man, you love to see this, but Devious going to drop back still with only 2 builds. That high ground there is just for them firmly, and that is going to be a wipeout from Lazy, and very frustrating for Devious and Monster. Goodbye in game number 5. It's going to be Povzy and Ziff who come out on top. They will own Lazy Lynx and all the goodies that come with it. But now we got another battle that's about to unfold here. You got Bay Soldier. I know him and covering his action and his gameplay for many, many years now. It's good to see him in this kind of setting and scenario against Aspect and Snood. They're gonna wait this one out. I love it, kind of like getting the measure of this Monster, right? Like seeing what they're gonna do or how they're gonna try and approach a nice 24 tag there with that green pump.
Yeah, Aspect and Snood looking to take this high ground. Bay Soldier's kind of holding up here. He's looking for the peak. He kind of misses the shot there, and now is disengaged. You don't want to be in the face of 2 pros at once. That's definitely not the play. So you kind of see the caution there, although he knows they don't have any shield here, Golden.
Yeah, he is working with 80 health, 50 shields. It's not bad. They get those eliminations. Remember, the Siphon settings, which actually went live for the public matches, is live here in the Secret Skirmish. When you get an elimination, you actually get a 50 HP buyback or shields, depending on where you are with your health there. Aspect and Snood looking around. They don't have much in the builds category, only 3 for Aspect. And this game, this one is definitely slowed down. Pleasant Park is kind of screeched to a halt here, Monster.
That's
really
right.
have
They're
much.
just kind of looking for the opportunity, playing that low ground warrior. He doesn't have shield, and that's what happens when you peek. Base Soldier's now knocked with the big shot there. Take a look at Snood's camera angle. He's going for the top play.
Nicely done, nicely done, and that is going to be an elimination there. Snood manages to secure that one against Dementos, and then Base Soldier goes bye-bye.
That
they went
cheese
Pleasant.
on Snood's face was
He's
contagious.
happy.
He made me smile. They were clearly happy to win that battle there.
Ooh, now Sheep up against Grenades. Sheep, actually, a person tweeted me just a little while ago that they think Sheep is going to be one of the winners here. Also, you get those clingers back in action. Gotta love to see those.
Already seen Sheep go toe-to-toe with Neathill. Win these engagements now. The good teamwork from Sheep and Dopai here. I can see the plays being made. They have the high ground.
Yeah, they have him pinned. They have him pinned down low, and Sheep's continuing to hold the high ground. Grenades is going to get tagged up as well. Very well done there by Sheep, and that's going to force Nate Hill and Grenades to have to turtle up, and this is going to give the ultimate high ground to Sheep and Dopai. Beautifully done there. They can heal up and get some time.
Even with no shields, they put those shots down and they put them on the marker, and that's why Neathill and Grenades are losing this engagement here, because Dopai and Sheep have put those bullets where they need to be. And every other time we've come here, this is why Neathill hasn't been in the aim games, right? It's been Sheep. This duo here is really clicking right now, and it's showing in these battles.
Oh,
Stormwing.
The dreaded Stormwing is swooping in from above, applying a lot of pressure onto Sheep and Dopai. Dopai is going to be down, as a matter of fact. You just see him there to the right, and Takata swoops on in. So this is High Sky and Takata, Grenades, Nate Hill down low. Third party in this engagement. How is Sheep going to fight this one out? The Stormwing action, the Stormwing fired. Look at that coverage there. Really just having to back. Psalm's going to be the one to swoop on in now, and we have a lot of players in this engagement. High Sky is going to be up above. Takata's going to get eliminated by Grenades, though. So when it was looking bad for Grenades and Nate Hill, things have kind of changed. But then the action, the fire and fury just continues to come on down here, and Grenades and Nate Hill cannot seem to get out of this fight. It's like the battle that will never end, and Psalm with 2 eliminations. This guy, he's so good. Lines up the shot there with that blue AR and sends him down. And he's going to go for the engage. They're just going to swoop in and try and clean this one up.
You kind of have to. They came in at the perfect opportunity and really won that engagement, even over the last team that had just kind of landed there. Takata just had no chance against High Sky here, and Nate Hill's now left to fend for himself. Kind of unfortunate for Nate Hill to lose his duel this early. Psalm's going to bring himself a big point here. They need that to put them up on the board. Look at that loadout. Double rifts here, Golden.
Very, just a good item to have, and kind of just allows you to be able, if you're in a rough spot as far as the storm goes, you can kind of rotate out, and that will work out nicely. Jay Cuddy here is going to be in the fight because his teammate Punisher is going to be out of this one, and the Stormwing, once again, a third-party Stormwing, and Jay Cuddy just needs to play defense here. He's only going to have 18, 16 builds. It continues to dwindle on down. Maybe gets a moment of respite here to breathe and relax for the moment, but Nick Merckx is going to be on the prowl. He's jumping right on in. Harmful and Nick Merckx. And that's going to be Jay Cuddy. You're out of here. Nick Merckx does go down, but Harmful should be there for the pickup.
Yeah, that was a snipe coming right from the side here. That
Or not.
Stormwing. We haven't seen a lot of third-party Stormwing, but the confidence, I guess, is back in the air game here. They need these elims. This is what happens. You pull out the dirty plays towards the end.
And that was Bowman who got the elimination on Nick Merckx. Man. That is a rough one to have to deal with, right? Tough pill to swallow, especially in this early game. And look at Vivid circling around, Vivid and Bowman.
They were doing so good. Nick Merckx and Harmful kind of won that engagement. I mean, you know, kudos on him kind of disengaging, getting back to Tilted. His little hometown. He knew that there was some loot back there. Picks up that chug. It's going to bounce him right back. Take a look at Vivid and Bowman in the air here. Browsing around, looking for the next engagement to kind of hop on. And, oh, wow. So we saw Nick Merckx get sniped. It was actually a plain snipe from Bowman in the air with the heavy sniper. No wonder. He had so much health. He didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I hope it would be nice if we got that replay there. Or maybe Bowman just does something for us here and gets a nice little highlight, right?
They call him Bowman clearly for a reason here then, eh?
This guy, man, they make a pretty good team flying so high together. It's a nice little date for them, right? You know, just taking a sky stroll.
Sniper damage, 525. Wow. Incredible DPS there. Okay, so they're just floating around now, looking for the next one to dive on.
So much vision that they're getting out of this.
Map?
Yeah,
How many players have to rotate?
We got ourselves a potential Pleasant Park circle here that's going to really, I think, yeah, there are a lot of players also just on that outside. Coming from that south eastern portion of the map and even from like that fatal area too, it's very tough. And you're kind of going to have that storm behind you the entire time. Bowman is farming up now, and then you got Saf and Ronaldo. They're going to be in a fight. They're actually going to be in an engagement currently, and Saf's going to go and push for this high ground. He's got Listerin down low.
Ooh, Listerin's got no shield, Golden.
Oh, this isn't good. Now they're going to take that storm fight, and that is going to be 4 eliminations for Saf and Ronaldo. Ronaldo gets it onto Cease and Listerin, so that will take him out of the game. Goodbye. Try again in match number 6. And
they have a long rotation.
Yeah,
good
really
loot they're going to pick up, though. Let's go and just look at here. Bizzle and Triggy Soar still alive, putting some pressure on Tyler 15 and Daxter. Foamer not far behind, listening to everything that's going on. You got the Lone Wolf, Nate Hill, kind of pushing in right nearby. Bizzle, a lot of good players hugged up on one another.
Triggy Soars and Bizzle, these two players are in that top 3, second place. As a matter of fact, as we go to the picture-in-picture of both of these players, we're going to be keeping an eye on them, because if they manage to continue to add on, they have no eliminations right now. But if they continue to add on, maybe get a point that could push them further ahead. Well, in fact, it'll push them to the first place spot.
And Triggy and Bizzle, average placement 7.5. There has not been a game where they have not made top 10. Who cares about eliminations? As long as you can make it to first, second, third place and be contesting to be the champions of what is the duo competition, you know what I mean? That's game sense. Top tier game sense for Bizzle.
Tendons, he actually got picked off from the distance there. That was a down from Vivid that came out of nowhere. And you think, you know, Tendons, he's running around as the Bush, and the Bush does have some great changes to it now. But still, if you're a Bush running on top of a house, you're still a Bush running on top of a house. So you're kind of going to be seen from pretty much anywhere on the map.
You're a big old target. Let's put it like that.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get fired. All right, so Poach does need to pick up Tendons here, and Vivid with a beautiful snipe, and that's Vivid and Bowman once again. These two guys
putting the sniper to use.
Bowman gets a shot on the Nick Mercs. Vivid gets it down there on Tendons. Kind of just puts the fear in him there, like, hey, we're here. You got to be careful because we're gonna pick you off, and you're just not gonna expect it.
If I'm being honest, I didn't know my good friend Vivid was a sniper. Okay, I know he's got the game sense. I see him put in work with the rifles. But hey, some sniper action feels good to mix it up for the highlight reel.
Got to show up. Got to show up here and get to that top 10. This is match number 5. Not our last of the day.
My guy Flossin, he was paired with Mad Ruski. Looks like Ruski's been taken out. Flossin, another player known for just being able to play that endgame. Endgame is a true skill in this. You know, patience, decision making. This is the difference between a normal player that can just double key and players that can hold their own in the endgame rotations. Flossin's really, really good for that. That's how he qualified through Wins Royale.
Players oftentimes think that aggression, and yes, it is important, right, to be an aggressive player, to know when to push in and go in for those fights, but you also need to be methodical. That's why a lot of players and fans do praise guys like Nick Mercs. While he is out of this one, he's an easy one to talk about because he does have that game sense. He's been competing for such a long time, and look, as a person who does not have a stupendous shot, one thing that I can say is like, hey, I'm good at shot calling, and that is something that is a skill. That is a skill that players really shouldn't undermine.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why you have a team like Bizzle and Triggy. Triggy, controller warrior, good in the playground, right? He's going to take it to you.
Yeah.
Bizzle, game sense god. I literally tweeted it out, one of the few, and that's why DMO and Bizzle constantly in endgame, constantly in high ground. You put a pair of, you know, just a Slayer in combo with the game sense, and you got the perfect combination, the perfect recipe for success.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Speaking of a recipe for success, we got my boy Balla standing by with some mid-game highlights. What's going on, Balla?
What's up, Golden Boy? Recipe for success indeed. Here's Nolan and Arma just going on to Frosty, getting as many shots as possible and cleaning up that fight. But Aiden, with the nice edits on this wall, taking out this player in front of him. The shotgun and the SMG follow-up from Aiden is always so dangerous, but overpeak over here with Patek going down onto this player in front of him, takes out Kevy1, and here we have Aegis getting the first shotgun elim here onto overpeak, and then his teammate jumps in the box, and guess what happens? You jump in the box, you're gonna get pickaxe. Aegis with the 2K there, and then we have Ronaldo and Saf, this is one of the elims that we saw on the program feed. He takes out Cease. This is such a huge elim here. And then also following up and getting this other one. There it is. Lyrison and Cease go down. Ronaldo and Saf also get a point from that, so they're making their way to have a really good game, Golden Boy. This is going to be fantastic for them if they continue this streak. So much action.
Couldn't agree more, Baller. That's right. And hey, I love a good pickaxe elimination. So good find on that one, buddy. You don't want to go into the 1x1 and throw some hands, you know, or else you're gonna get clapped. So anyway, here we
Butter
go.
do it.
Yeah, it's true.
Remember that. Let's not forget Butter going toe to toe and gets 2 of those back-to-backs.
Boy, and as a person who is down to a pickaxe quite a bit, I know the pressure that you feel when you're getting pickaxe there. Now let's see this fun fact. Ronaldo, what was that, 2K damage that he's managed?
No, he's actually managed to do 2 times
Oh,
more
2
damage
times more
than what he's been able to receive.
Reading comprehension is a skill, people, and it's one that I currently do not possess.
Listen, I'm the 200 IQ and the duo, brother.
I was gonna say a New York public education system. Then I realized you and I were both raised in the New York public education system, so it doesn't really work out. And clearly, I'm just bad at school.
Oh,
anyway,
God.
saying school kids. Moving on.
Do that.
Do that. 60 players left now as we get ready for the next circle in the storm to collapse. We got Bizzle and Triggy still staying alive in this one with 0 eliminations, but they play for that late game and they do it oh so well.
I mean, but they are only 79 damage above the threshold. They have to put some shots on some players here. Interesting to see someone bail out of the Stormwing there. You have Anthony and Clarity raining down shots on Demo and Tfue over on the northeastern side here.
Uh-oh.
Butter and Aiden. Butter is now left in defend Aiden, who's been knocked, but it's actually working out. Clarity backed off Demo and Tfue, so Aiden's probably going to get saved here.
Yeah, he should be able to get picked up, and they should be getting eyes on it.
Never mind.
Wait, no.
Clingers
Oh, yeah, never.
said
Oh,
otherwise.
Demo and Pearl just got the elimination on Aiden and Butter. Oh, man. That is a rough one there. It's been a difficult game for them, but I do got to give credit to Butter here, coming in last minute, being a fill-in, being a part of our testing games. Like that's an awesome story. And then Aiden, I mean, he's had an incredible story himself, but today, maybe not their day. For now, though, 1 player, or 2 players whose day it certainly has been, is Tfue and Demo. Been playing very well so far. You got a lot of heavy hitters here at Pleasant Park,
Whoa.
Monster.
You take RPGs out the game, you take Stormwings out from ramming structures, and you get players like Demo and Tfue who think they can build the highest
all right,
tower.
you want to post this on Reddit, dude?
That's crazy, dude.
Go for it, bro. It's okay.
All right.
Teach
I
us some
like it.
stuff.
I like it. They built huge, intimidating towers. It's going to be interesting to see how they use these here, as Tfue is now escalating his way back up to the top here. I mean, they're center zone, so it's going to be a dominant stronghold. I think he knows that if they want first place, they need elims, and that's why they're going way up to the top, because he's going to be the eye in the sky to start taking players out here.
And players that use that Rift to go, they're going to be attempting to fly away. Tfue can also get those targets in the sky. Got CBK Flame that's going to be below. High Sky, IFA. IFA we haven't really talked a lot about.
Actually, that all makes sense. Tfue and Demo had Spirit Metal down there. They burned it all. They made a huge base. Might as well.
Well, and that's why he edited it all the way down, picked up that metal. He went for it. Smart play there. And way to use those resources to fullest of potential, honestly. Saf and Ronaldo now. 6 eliminations for them. And they got a lot to work with. Some traps as well.
They're so close to big bonus here, Golden Boy.
It's getting dangerously close for them. And when that circle starts to move even more, when the storm starts to push forward, you can see that they might try and pick up some of the stragglers. They're in a decent spot as well currently.
Saf playing to seek edits, making doorways instead of windows. Now he's feeling ready to commit. He's going to make that window and try and put some pressure down. These are this is the difference right there. That's the difference in minimizing incoming damage.
So Saf is going to take that heavy snipe and recognizing that, hey, maybe Saf could put it to better use. They both actually have 2 snipes, so I stand corrected. They have 2 snipes, and Ronaldo certainly didn't. Oh, no, okay. I was going crazy for him. I was like, yeah, what, did he actually dish out the snipe? He did dish out that snipe to him. Yeah, sometimes our players just aren't really comfortable with the snipe.
Okay, what do we have here? 45 players, moving zone. every game it's just been more and more guys alive. Yeah, no one wants to get taken out this early. I'm pretty sure they're leading on the storm rotation here. Triggy and Bizzle way high in the sky, as are Tfue and DMO. Looking over at the sky view, it's Psalm who's coming out of nowhere, deciding to let go of the storming finally. High Sky gets taken out the sky. Demu and Tfue here now in the Rift to Go rotation. Everyone's just massively trying to cross track here. No one is safe. The new changes have made it so that the zone is close to 50% further, but you have more time in the rotation.
And just seeing the way that these players are tunneling out, I was talking to Bala about this, man, and I said, what is like one of the most important skills that a player could possibly have? And Bala says, learning how to effectively tunnel out and knowing where not to expose yourself to get shot from like incoming fire. And you see that these players, they create these perfect tunnels out. They put themselves in good spots to try and catch anyone that's going to be off guard. And Ronaldo and Sap, we've been on them quite a bit here because they've been looking for targets, and that's actually going to be a shield hit for about 30 plus on that one player that was right below. That's going to be another shield tag. I like that, man. Just a quick edit, just applying that pressure, forcing that player to have to go back.
Yeah, they have this entire thing mapped out already. They own all of this, so they're recycling, they're getting ahead of the zone, and then they're getting players with these edits. Bye-bye Marksman right there. They're on big bonus territory, looking to make their way to the top of the leaderboard here.
That was like a trap door. It was so nice. And let's take a look at a replay now. Saf lines it up onto Vinny. Well done there. And then there was that elimination on Marksman that you had just saw on your screen. But that was just, again, like the control, right? We really got to highlight this. When people look at competitive Fortnite, they're like, oh, it's just a bunch of people building crazy looking structures. No, there is methods to the madness. You need to be able to own the wall so that this way you can properly edit out and then give yourself that angle to get that shot or that angle to rotate out of that moment.
And they're doing it again right here. They own all of this. They're doubling back and forth here, making sure that they are taking good care of their layer. You step into this layer above and or on it and you're going to get punished.
Oh, maybe not, Monster, because Saf actually had to do some quick edits there, and he's going to go down now. So he threw down some quick builds because he was getting the pressure that came from Zextro, and then Ronaldo moves on in, and Ronaldo gets one onto Zyron, but Poach is there for the elimination pickup. That's going to be Poach's #1. Tendons gets an elimination onto Siren as well, just as all that was going on. That's going to be the second elimination there for them. So 4 total for this squad.
It counts to their big bonus too. Now looking at Poach here, they're at 5. There's only 9 players left. This next elim matters so much because it's worth a placement point.
Such a huge game now. Poach and Tendons wait for the players to drop down, and they do manage to trap him in that trap door. Once again, you love to see it, but Tendons, he's going to go down now. Poach, can he be the hero that he needs in that situation? As he goes low, and he's getting pressured on there, tags him for some damage. That's actually going to be an elimination onto Vide. Tendons still.
That was the perfect heal for Poach here. He's going to make the edit. He's going to commit.
Oh,
that's
tags
one.
For 84 white. Oh,
Whoa.
but he gets picked off by Blue T. Now we just have 3 players left, but the victory royale goes for Zate and Blue T with 6 eliminations. They are your winners, and what a crazy, crazy endgame that was. But Blue T and Zate do the business, do the work. They come out on top in match 5.
Poach was so close to landing the headshot on Da FPS, who was right in front of him.
And
Da FPS, here it is.
Here are the final moments of this one, right? Yeah, so Poach so close to taking out the FPS, and it was Blue T that just, Blue T comes around the corner. This is from Zate's perspective now. He had that high ground, says Blue T, just go for it. Just go for the push. You got this one, and that's the victory royale. Expertly done by those 2